Hello, and welcome to the video installment of Social Media Succinctly. Today we're going to be meeting my guildmate Sif from the guild Revelation in the World of Warcraft. We're going to ask him some questions about his experiences in virtual worlds and social gaming. Hi Sif.
Hello.
So let's start with your history with virtual worlds. What was your first one, and how many do you feel that you've experienced over the years?
Well, the first one I played was a while ago. I believe I was around 11 or 12. It was Ragnarok Online. That was also a massive multiplayer game like this one. Since then, I've played quite a lot. It's too many to really be able to name. This is the most recent one, World of Warcraft.
And how many of those would you say you paid to play?
I would say around 4 to 5, including this one.
And did you ever spend money on things outside of the subscriptions? Something in-game maybe?
No, I do not really like doing that. Usually I just pay the flat initial fee to buy the game, and then I pay the monthly subscription fees. Other than that, I don't pay more.
Do you feel, though, that there's a difference in the games where you pay to play or where you can spend money on in-game items versus the free-to-play games?
Yeah, I definitely do, because the ones that tend to have the subscription fees, they tend to have better service. Uh, Seeing how they have the more income coming in, so they can fund more resources and hire better staff and whatnot. It's definitely noticeable.
Oh, I guess another thing would be, do you feel then that there's a push to spend money beyond the subscription fee? Do you feel that some sort of pressure to spend money on in-game items?
Most definitely there is. Like, for example, if you take this game, as the game progresses, they tend to find ways to charge players more and more for different types of activities, like vanity items and, mounts that you can ride in the game, uh, which is not, unheard of. Other games tend to do the same thing.
Yeah, I guess the question then would also be, do you feel like this is the limit that it's going to go, or do you think that this is just another step towards something that's going to be a lot more money-based? There's going to be a lot more real-life money tied into it.
Yeah, I see that happening. It's a trend that's very consistent with these kind of companies, like the one Blizzard, which runs this game. They always tend to introduce newer ways for players to spend their money on, and they usually never stop. They tend to like connect their games with other games and try to create like kind of a network and just find different ways to charge players more money.
So what about this game and the games that you enjoyed in the past appeals to you, since obviously it's not just about spending money? What makes you stay around?
It's uh, it's mostly the people I play with. They're just fun people, and they're friends of mine that I like to see, and I cannot see them outside this game because of how far they live from me. Other than that, it's also the game itself is fun. They tend to release new and new content over the years, over again, which keeps the game fresh and new.
Do you feel that your appeal and about the game that appeals to you would go down in value when or if they start doing more finance-based content? Do you feel like it's going to be one of those cases where the more money you have to spend, the more likely it is that you're going to maybe be less interested in the game?
It's possible. It depends on how they go about doing it. Right now, well, how they have it is only the vanity items and extra the stuff that you pay money for doesn't actually affect the gameplay itself. When they start charging money for uh, allowing the players to get better items, or where they can just pay their money to become like the strongest character in the game, that's when I'll probably stop playing.
And I guess the interesting thing is I have noticed like Blizzard doesn't have a whole lot of product placement from other companies in their games. Like they're pretty much their world is how their world is going to be. How would you feel if they brought in like a corporate sponsor or somebody outside of Blizzard to have products inside the game?
So you're talking about like we'd see a Coca-Cola ad banner inside the
Yeah,
game.
like
It's,
some sort of commercial, real world thing brought into the game for money purposes.
I find that yeah, I doubt Blizzard would ever do something like that, but in the event they did, that definitely makes me question whether I would want to play this game. That's something I wouldn't approve of, and it's just it seems like they're resorting to cheap tactics for extra revenue.
I think that's fair to say, and I think I would agree with you on that. Is there anything that you feel would warrant extra spending on your behalf? Like, what would you think would be worth spending extra money for, if anything?
Just providing extra additional features. Like in the past, I've agreed with, offering players the chance to pay money and, alter your characters' names and what have you. Things like that we weren't able to do in the past. When they offer additional features like that don't fully enhance the gameplay, giving you the ability to become strong or just enhancing simple features like that we couldn't do before. I would be okay with it.
Okay, I think that's something I could also agree with. I think that'd be pretty good. I would probably actually use those features too, except I'm kind of disinclined to spend money myself. Is there any last thoughts that you had in terms of finances tied to virtual worlds that you wanted to share?
I do wish that they would spend more of the funds that they receive from this game onto this game, because it's fairly obvious that they don't do that. This game is probably the biggest income earner for their company, Blizzard, yet they tend to divert a lot of those funds into other games. So you can kind of see the quality of the game diminishing as time goes on, which is kind of disappointing for me because I really do like this game and I want to see it move forward.
Yeah, and you've taken a break from this game before, right? Like a couple times even.
Yes, I have. I've sometimes when I find myself playing this game too much and it starts to impact my real life, that's when I step back and decide that it's time to take a break. Usually those breaks last for a span from months to years. Just as recently, I came back after taking a break for maybe 1 to 2 years.
And what brought you back?
Just friends, peer pressure, you continuously nagging at me.
Well, it's social, right? Like that's part of the fun of this is having friends and family to socialize with. So thanks again for coming on the group with me and talking about this. Did you have any last minute thoughts or ideas you wanted to add?
Um, this was fun.
Thanks again.
No problem. Bye.